Alright guys, Paul back here again with another replica belt review, and this is a really exciting one. I've been looking forward to doing this for some time. This is going to be my first impressions and initial review of the Fandu belts Luxe crumb rind style replica belt big gold. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this belt has been sent to me to re-leather. We'll take a look at the quality of the leather in that case. And yeah, this is the first time I've seen one of these Luxe belts in person. Obviously I've seen all the photos, they look fantastic, let's be fair. They look really good and I'm really excited to see this. So I've not opened this yet, I've unboxed it, but it's come in the bag and let's take a look at this. It's heavy, by the way. Ooh. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that's the bag. Fandu Belts logo with the big gold shape on the front there. Right, before we get too far into this video, I just need to give a quick shout out to my gold tier Patreons. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon and seeing behind the scenes photos, videos, in progress videos of how belts and straps are made, join the Patreon in the link in the description box below. But I know people give shout outs like this in their videos about Patreons and then move on immediately. I do genuinely appreciate everyone that does subscribe to my Patreon and help support the channel. Like I mentioned in a previous video, the Patreon is to build this channel and I hope to build it into something great. And with everyone's support, hopefully we'll do that. Anyone else that's wanting to support, check out that link in the description box below. But let's get on with the video. I will tell you what, that is impressive. This thing is really done nicely actually. This thing is actually way nicer than I expected. The photos look good, don't get me wrong, but the curve is substantial. I know Fandu's in the past had quite a big curve, and let's be frank here, I've been honest in my previous reviews of standard Fandu big golds. I didn't like them. I thought they were really subpar standard. The etching on them was really good, and people always misinterpreted my opinion of the old Fandu belts as me criticizing the etching. The etching was amazing, it looked great. The problem I had with them is they were domed. Like, they were curved all ways. They kind of pointed up in the middle, and I just thought it looked stupid and they didn't balance properly. I mean, I do have one right here. Okay, this is cool actually. I will do a comparison video between this Luxe version crumb rind belt and this standard dual plated holy shit. This looks awful. I'm sorry, but this thing looks shit compared. There'll be a full comparison video, but I forgot I had this, but there'll be a full comparison video between these two belts. Mad, honestly. I know this is a weird start to this video because I've kind of just opened, unpacked the belt, and I'm just kind of staring at it. But I'll be honest, I'm blown away with this. I'm thoroughly impressed. The plates look so good. They look better than I expected. The edges, obviously, something I've seen people criticize is the edges, like. People are upset that the rope border doesn't, the kind of pattern doesn't continue around the edges. Oh, it does on the, okay, I understand it now. I understand it's because, okay, the rope border shaping does continue around the side of the side plates, but on the center plate it's kind of flat. Okay, I kind of see that criticism. It doesn't look like, it looks a little bit different, but it's the side of the plates. I'm not gonna criticize or zone in, like, fire in on that. Come on, the belt looks fantastic. Okay, I'll start off with the leather strap. I believe this is quoted as real leather on Fandu's site. I'm not 100% sure on that. At the left hand end here we do have Fandu belts, their big gold logo with their text there. I'll be honest, the strap is not good. Yeah, the leather strap is, I'm gonna be honest, the leather strap is really bad. Okay, I can see why this has been sent to me to put on real leather. I'll be cutting this strap open when it comes to re-leather, just because the bolts, apart from the nameplate screws at the bottom, all the bolts are covered, so I will have to cut this open, at which point I will film that, so we can see what the straps are made of. I'll be honest, the cut of the strap is horrendous. This is really bad. Like, that's amateurish. The plates look amazing. They do not belong on a strap this bad. The stitching is fucking horrendous, honestly. The mis-stitching all over the place. Look at these tiny stitches in this corner. Nah, I'm not impressed with the strap in the slightest. Nah, the strap is really bad. Plates look amazing. I'm going to go in depth in the plates in just a moment. The plates are phenomenal, honestly. Blown away with the plates. Strap is... It's not as flexible as the old ones because those were like paper thin and awful, but complete opposite direction. Complete opposite direction. It's okay flexibility. It's probably, I mean, I'm being generous when I say okay, to be fair. It's comparable to WWE Replica belt straps flexibility wise, but right, I'll get a bit of foam so I can flip this thing over. Right, we've got the brown leather backing on the rear of the belt here, as you can hopefully make out there. The plates I'll get onto in just a moment, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised and very disappointed at this strap. It's as well just how unevenly cut it is. Like, this is supposed to be Fandu's premium belt, and the stitching on it and the cut of the leather looks so amateurish. I'm really disappointed. Let me, actually, I don't know how much this costs. Let me check. Fandu. Okay, I'm just going to go on Fandu's website to check out the Luxe edition. Nice picture of the New Day with their classic tags on the front page. Okay, here we go, the Luxe edition. Oh, they do it in all gold as well. That's pretty cool. Shit. This thing was $800. Right. I did not know it was as expensive as that. So let's talk about this belt. I'm going to talk about it now with the perspective that it's an $800 belt. I'm going to go into the review of the plates now, which are outstanding. But this is not a strap that belongs on an $800 replica belt. Okay. Right, we'll talk about the plates now, and genuinely blown away. Like, unreal detail. Okay, before we get into talking about this belt, this isn't sponsored or anything, but I think it's a useful resource for belt fans to look into. If you haven't already, I believe it's still available on Amazon, but buy the Big Gold book. It's done by Dick Bourne with Dave Milliken, and I believe it was produced and funded by Conrad Thompson. For those that don't know, he owns the original Big Gold. Honestly, it's a really good book. It details the assembly of the belt, the original Big Gold, everything about it. So if you want a look at how good the real original Big Gold was, check out the Big Gold book. It's a very useful resource, and I believe that's what Fandu used to make this belt, to be honest. But we'll talk about the plates, and genuinely I am like legit blown away. The detail in this floral is outstanding. I'm so impressed. Like, it's how much of the silver is showing through in between and underneath the floral. I didn't think they'd manage to colorize all the floral so precisely, but they have, and it's outstanding. It is easily the best replica original Big Gold. Like, I'm gonna say that right now, no replica Big Gold comes close to this right now. We'll see what WWE produces, because there's rumors about their versions of this, but honestly, the stones look really good as well. I don't know if these are real crystals. I don't think they are. They don't seem to have the sparkle of like proper Swarovskis or cubic zirconias, but they're glass stones, so they're probably like lower quality crystals, if I'm honest, but they look good. Like I said before, the fact that the silver is showing between all the really precise gold bits, yeah, honestly, that's so impressive. The gold florals are raised up way more than I expected them to be. I thought this would be really kind of flat, if I'm honest. It's mental. These plates do not belong on this strap. Right, and onto the center plate now. This does have a Ric Flair nameplate. Now, I'm not sure if that is legally licensed by Fandu, so I'm not really going to comment on that, but the texturing in the Ric Flair letters, honestly, that's awesome. That's really cool. I think that the way these nameplates for the Fandus are done is the letters are all just individually stuck on. Like they make the nameplates as blank and then they stick on these letters, which I think is the case here. Whereas the rest of the letters and the rest of the details are casted in one mold as a full belt. As a full plate, I should say. And like I said, on the side plates, the gold on the center plate, it does still similarly look like it's popping up far more than the silver, which in really kind of in good lighting, this thing shines like crazy. I know this isn't the best angle for camera right now, but I'm just trying to get a good look at it, and the depth of these details is really something. Right, and I do want to kind of give a special mention to this silver texturing. You can hear my finger kind of scratching on it, and it's on the globe there as well. The texturing of the silver, I think it's because the silver is non-reflective. I think that's the reason the gold is popping so much, and it works really well. Like the silver is kind of a matte finish. I don't know how well it will show up on camera. Like the gold will reflect on camera, but I don't know if the silver will show up. Like on camera right now, it's kind of looking all gold to me. I'm not sure if it's going to show up any better on a big screen, but yeah. The crown looks really good. It has stones in it, but the details around the four clear stones at the bottom of the crown here, you can see so much detail around that. And like, if you don't know about it, like again, this is a cheap plug for the book, but the original big gold, for those that don't know, was all hand carved out of silver. It was made by a kind of belt buckle manufacturer. And all these details that this is replicating, the kind of angle cuts to the floral, the kind of weird kind of chisel look to it, that's replicating a hand-carved belt. And to be honest, it looks so good. The plates are so much better than I thought they would be. Like, yeah, the curve is really good as well. Like if you can see that curve, you can see how much it's lifting off of the table there. The curve is honestly perfect. I'm really glad at this. Like I mentioned earlier, my biggest criticism of the original Fandus was the curve. I thought it was atrocious. Like it put me off those belts entirely. But genuinely, this thing has won me over to no end. Like, I love it. It's incredible. The strap again. The strap is awful. I'm doubling down on that now because it's really, because of how good these plates are, they belong on a good strap. Which is why this was sent to me. But yeah, these belong on a really top quality strap, and this strap that comes from Fandu is far from it. Yeah. Like, I don't want to shit on it too much because I know Fandu are putting in efforts to improve their belts, but nah, the leather I can't recommend at all. I think it's absolutely awful. Yeah, that's my opinion on the leather. But again, my opinion on these plates is outstanding. The detail, look at these cuts in the crown, look, the angles on all this floral. What might not show up on camera is that these florals are kind of V-shaped in the middle, so the light hits both kind of angle walls of each bit of gold, and because of that, it kind of gives it almost a two-tone effect to the gold itself. Even you'd have to see it in person to probably understand really what I'm saying, but genuinely love this thing. So impressed with this belt. I think that's enough rambling from me. I hope this gave a good enough overview of the belt. Like I mentioned, I will do a full comparison of this, comparing it to this. I can tell you right now, there is one winner, and it's not the one that I just dropped on the floor. But yeah, I'll also do a video cutting open the strap on this because I will be re-leathering this, and the screws are all covered other than the two nameplate screws at the bottom there. So I'll be removing the backing, and if the owner of this belt allows me, I'll cut the strap open. But that being said, I think that's all there was to talk about this belt. And I know I talked for a long ass time. A long ass time. And I hope this video was useful or informative in any way. I genuinely think these plates are outstanding. We'll see what WWE do with their 3D big gold, and I think they're doing a version of this soon as well. We'll see. But yeah, my overall opinion, It's taken way too long to do this video, but my overall opinion of this belt is the plates are incredible. The plates are amazing. I'm a little confused now about those screw posts, but we'll go into that in a different video. The plates are incredible. The strap is horseshit. Honestly, I'm really disappointed with the strap. At the same level of how impressed I am with the plates, like more than I expected, my expectations for the strap have been completely dashed and destroyed. From the pictures I thought and description, it's real leather, it'll be a huge improvement. I was confused why someone would send it to me to re-leather. Now I understand completely, because this strap is awful. There's no other way I can describe it. The strap is terrible. The plates are incredible. That's my review of the Fandu Luxe Big Gold replica belt. This is the dual plated edition in gold and silver. Yeah, let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. Let me know, do you like this thing? Do you own this thing? Let me know. That being said, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Cheers.
Yo, monkeys, it's me, DDP. And if you want to get one of the greatest belts made for you, go to Paulmartinbelts. That's right, sucker.